This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Tenting Around Florida teamed up with Okaloosa Erase the Trace to do just over 10 miles of river cleaning yesterday. This was a huge project. We didn't realize it was going to turn into such a monstrous project because we were not exactly prepared like we should have been. We did end up filling up an entire canoe full of trash. We could have gotten a lot more if we were able to have another barge or something, but they could not get up the river because of how tight some of these turns and the trees being down ended up being. Some of these places I didn't think I was going to be able to get my kayak through. They were so tight. I'm definitely going to end up getting a new kayak for trips like this. River kayaking is a total different animal, so you definitely need to have a thinner kayak. As you can see in this clip, how tight this got in some of these areas. I'm in a Hobie Outback, which is not really designed for rivers by any means, and I would highly not recommend doing what I do with mine. But you can see these other kayaks around me are specifically designed for this type of activity, and they were having no issues. We ended up launching up on Highway 90 and going all the way down to 85. It was just over 10 miles. It is a fantastic trip, but I would highly recommend, if you can, find a sandbar and camp for the night. 10 miles in a single day is quite a bit for kayaking for your average person, but this river was absolutely beautiful. It is a stained river, so you're not going to be able to see the bottom very well. This was quite the shock to come up onto an old classic trestle style train bridge. Most of them have been replaced by concrete nowadays, which are quite ugly, if you ask me. It was quite exciting to be able to see this old style of bridge. I'm hoping to find out if it is still in use or not. I haven't done any research yet, but I will be doing that quite soon. I personally would probably not do this trip again without an overnight. 10 miles is just a lot of work on your equipment and you to do in a single day. Yes, I know there are people that do it all the time. I am not one. I normally am in a Hobie Outback pedal drive, which does not work very well in these rivers at all. You get hung up on everything, unfortunately. This is just a bunch of more river footage headed down. This is the open part of the river. It didn't start getting really bad till about 5 miles into this trip, where it ended up getting to several choke points where we did end up rolling 2 canoes on this trip because they got wedged. As you can see, there's my kayak. Filming this stuff is not exactly easy on the water. I haven't been able to get my geostabilizers on my kayak yet, but that is coming for sure. As I'm watching this footage, it is a little rough, and I understand that. But you also gotta understand, I am new to YouTube also, so I'm not planning on putting out premium content like some of the pros do until I get the actual equipment. This is us getting down towards the end of the river where it opened back up. We did have a ton of fun. I would definitely recommend this trip to anybody that does have quite a bit of kayak experience, because this is not an easy river to just go down. It is a swift river with some areas of rapids. There's one of our volunteers right there that helped us. I think we had about 20 volunteers total to do this trip, which I was actually quite shocked we ended up with that many, to be honest. In the beginning, founding my YouTube channel, I mentioned that I wanted to show you guys kayaking, Dutch oven cooking, and camping throughout the state parks. This is our first river. I have Yellow River and Blackwater River and Cold Creek all in the plans for next year. That is an abandoned house we found on this river. We have no idea any of the history about that place. The following is going to be a bunch of still photographs of us actually cleaning up this river. A guy in a refrigerator that was found. The volunteers threw the trash out into the middle where we were anchored to catch it with nets and other stuff, which is the easiest way to clean this stuff up. This is our group, the founder all the way on the left. But it was a great time, and I would highly recommend you guys to get out and clean your local rivers if you can. If you can safely.